you leave, you might be able to see there's a wall with all little plaques of names of people who work for the World Food Program, who've delivered food, medicine, and other life-giving supports that have been killed because they've been caught in the crossfire of war or conflict. You don't think about people who deliver food as being possibly in a conflict area where they could be killed, but these people in that wall have all been martyrs for delivering food and wanting to help people who were impacted by war and conflict. So it's a very serious organization, very serious. So I'd like to also remind you that there are microphones, particularly if you're in this center circle, and not to touch them. You won't need the microphone. When it's time for you to speak, we automatically have a way of having them turned on. Okay, so I just need everybody's agreement not to touch the microphones. It's very sensitive equipment, okay? So, thank you, thank you, thank you. We're gonna get started very soon, and I'm really excited we have a special guest speaker from the World Food Program, and she shares something in common with you. You will discover that. Delegates, as you get settled in, I'd like to draw your attention to this room and to think about the architecture of this room. It's not like any other room for me that I've ever been in. And I wonder what you think it might mean. What could it mean? Yes.
Maybe the roof could be like a statistic curve, like when on a graph.
It reminds you of a graph. Yes. Anyone else?
For me, it looks like waves.
Anyone else?
For me, in the center, that's the eye, and then this is the outer of the eye.
Hey, wonderful. I see someone over here.
For me, it looks like crops on land.
Reminds you of crops.
Because the lights look like plants or something.
Very interesting.
¿Tú te acuerdas hace un par de meses o así que te dije que le habían encontrado un bulto a Rosa, una de las guinea pigs?
Sí.
Que dijimos, bueno, mientras los niños no se den cuenta, los niños han dado.
I think the ceiling looks like a symbol that means food for all.
Claro, entonces están ahí súper pesadas, que qué vamos a hacer, que no
Wow.
sé. Yo Sofía me ha
Yes.
con un speech incluso. Que le he dicho,
It looks like it's leading to the screen, and it could show something that could potentially change the world.
Wow. So many wonderful ideas. What about these seats? What have you noticed about the seats?
I think the ceiling is wavy, because it looks cool, to be honest.
Even if it has a symbolism, it's just plain cool. Someone I haven't called on. I'll get to you in just a minute. Who called on?
So I like the seats because I can see everyone by just turning my head instead of like having to move. So that you can have eye contact with many people at once.
Listen to me.
I like the seating because it looks like an eye, and you can see everybody else.
Move my way around here.
Does it happen to be shaped like an eye? Because you can see everybody around it?
What do you call it? I know.
I like the seats because I can see everyone by this place, but also everyone is illuminated by the lights, and there are no shades in any delegation, so it is a really good place to see everyone.
Seems to me like it's shaped like this because you can see everyone, every placard, every country. That's all the places they plan to send food.
Have you noticed that there isn't a podium? Have you noticed?
I think it's shaped like this way because it reminds me of like everyone's included so that you can see everyone without having that like spotlight.
It's really an important observation. Everyone is included. You can see everyone. Do you have something else?
I think it looks like the different stages of human advancement. So there are no lights over here representing the lowest tier, and we're all facing here, and that's where we're at right now. And we need to go up to there since all the lights are turned on.
Interesting.
For me, the seating arrangements remind me of the olive leaves wrapping around the MMUN logo representing peace.
Absolutely amazing.
For me, I think it's shaped like an eye because I think that's the World Food Program, and that's a graph showing how we're failing being responsible for how much we share and how much we produce.
Thank you. I'm just going to do two more and then we're ready to get started. Thank you.
For me, the seats represent unity because we can all see each other. And I think there's no podium because we all matter and all our voices should be heard and not just one person.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. This, I think it represents equality because we can all see each other with no problem. But also when our chairs and the staff showed us a picture of how it was, it looked like an Illuminati eye because it's like a triangle and then an eye in the middle. And also these ways may represent how the arguments shift to reach consensus.
Thank you. You all have thought really deeply about it. I think we're ready, sorry, to start. And I just want to say a few opening words to you. Because after our opening, you remember that? Seems like it was yesterday, and it feels like it was yesterday, so quick this is. One of the delegates came up to me and said, the ambassador said that the future is in our hands. What does that mean? What does that mean? Well, I want to tell you what I think it means. It means that you matter. It matters what you do every day matters. It matters as we shape the future. It means you have the power to help the planet. You have the power to stand up for the rights of others. You have the power to have your dreams, your ideas, and your actions to be part of building a better future. So the idea that the future is in your hands, delegates, is both a gift and a responsibility. It means that here at MMUN, you've been given some tools and you've come to understand that you have a responsibility towards creating the future you want. I'd like to close with a quote from Jane Goodall. Has anyone ever heard of Jane Goodall? She studied the chimpanzees. She wrote, each and every one of us makes a difference. Each and every day. And we have a choice about what kind of difference we're going to make. Thank you, delegates. We're going to begin. The video is going to give you images of the work of the World Food Program and why their work is so important. We've been debating very big issues here, but at the foundation of every human life is access to food, not going to bed hungry or starving. So the work of the World Food Program is the foundation for everything to build peace. So really it's food for peace. When people are starving, they can't be peaceful. But when people have enough to eat, then they can consider other things that they can develop, like school, like thinking about how they want to make change. So this work is the heart of the entire United Nations system.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to WFP. My name is Bahar Zarafi, and I work here. And before I start, I want to ask for one volunteer. Time is very short, so I want to ask for one volunteer. Oh, wow, okay. So tell me, what's the best thing? What's the top line of the last 4 days? What are you going to take home from the last 4 days? And what stood out most for you? That's quite incredible. Actually, quite incredible because it leads me to tell you my own story. It starts over 30 some years ago where I joined an MUN. And I was sitting there, and it's really seriously changed my life and my career path. It was like a glimpse, you see, in how you can change the world. You understand the incredible power of dialogue. You understand how you can deal with others and how effective negotiation can truly make your world a better place. That's how I started joining the UN. That's the spark that gave me the energy. So from then on, I moved through many places and many countries. At the World Food Programme and throughout my journey with the UN, our mission has always been more than just talking. It's also about taking action and creating real change. My work began in refugee camps on the rugged borders between Afghanistan, Iran, and sometimes Iraq. Imagine working with people who are dedicated to help lives of families become better, to give them a chance at security, to give them a chance of safely and securely going back home. It's quite incredible to firsthand see this, that collectively and as part of a team, you can make issues that are part of the issues of your time, such as hunger, poverty, and recovering from conflict, a bit easier for all the people that are around you. You may want to think about what's your role in all of this. Let me tell you, if you're interested in science, technology, if you want to become a leader, an advocate, or simply if you want to help someone else, there is a meaningful place for any one of you to become a leader in this global, big, big world. Everything you do really counts. Everything. Any creative idea that you have, a thoughtful action, or a simple act of kindness can lead to a big, substantial change. I'm not talking about just future jobs. Just any action that's moving towards making the world a better place and making it tangible will help. If I think about my own journey, one of my first experiences was loading food on a truck over 30 some years ago and taking it to a small village very, very far away where people had been waiting for days. It's amazing the feeling you get when you see the people being happy or just appreciating somebody who thinks about them and tries to help them move on with life and survive. These are moments that really make you feel that you want to do better and do things that touch other people's lives. And somebody might want to do this for their entire life, and someone wants to become a leader and try to make others and bring others together to do this. After working with refugees, then I went to Sudan. I tried to help communities build up after difficult lives. Later, I moved to Nairobi. I brought a team together to support some places in Africa to move towards peace. This is again where I saw that conversation, understanding, and mutual respect, most of all, will help advance all the things that are good. For years, I worked for the United Nations Environment Program. That allowed me to help protect our planet's precious resources, our water, land, and air. Protecting the environment is also essential for everyone's health and happiness. Any one of us can play a part. You want to recycle, plant a tree, or just care for the environment. It's because of this, many of the teams that I worked with were appreciated. Some of them even received Secretary General awards. Many of the work that was done has been replicated and just today is part of your lives. Then finally, I arrived here, the World Food Program, what I call my home. I've done many things in different roles here at WFP. I've worked with incredible people from a lot of different places, some of them here in Rome, and I'll get to you. Some of them here in Rome, and some of them who live in containers far, far away. They live far from their families, but every day, everyone wakes up and tries to make the world a better place, bring a smile to somebody's face, or just make life simply easier, regardless of what they do. I've met a lot of people negotiating documents, negotiating resolutions, working in emergency preparedness, responding to emergencies. I had the chance to meet many people from different places. They all had different views. Any one of them had a perspective that from their point of view was the right one. In any case, the most important thing that I have understood is how working across nations, organizations, communities, and just simply connecting with people can really impact people's lives. So now that you're going forward from here, I know the world is a difficult place, but it was difficult 30 some years ago when I was joining and did the MUN. It isn't impossible to make the world a better place, and it isn't impossible to help people. Every one of you has immense potential to do it. Just by being here and being engaged in this process, you're showing that there is this spark in you, that you are part of that community that can make change. It'll be unique, but it'll be yours, and it has potential to move you towards a very meaningful and life-changing work. I hope you, when you leave here today, and after all this work, you'll take a spirit of determination with you. The UN and the world needs bright, young leaders, thinkers, doers, people like you who are ready to step up and make a difference. Take a moment and think about what you're going to be in the future. Are you going to be a leader? Are you going to be helping others to shape a better future tomorrow? Maybe you will notice it later that this event, the last few months, the last few days, have planted a seed of change in you to do something. that makes the world a little different, a little better. If that's the case, hold on to that feeling. Hold on and make it grow. It may not be the way that you expect when you move on in life, but it will certainly be something where some place where you can make a change and where you can actually make your dreams come true. Remember that every journey begins with a single step. I'm really looking forward to maybe one day see one of you sit in one of these seats and working here. You bring energy to the rest of us who are already working, a lot of enthusiasm. You give us a lot of hope. So once you finish and you go home, one day come back and tell us what happened. Thank you for being here. I only did the Model UN 34 years ago, once. And I ended up here sitting here working. Imagine. One time it took me. I work here.
Thank you very much for those inspiring words. Now we will hear the work that you delegates have been preparing with the closing bureau from Upper Elementary DISEC.
We would like to congratulate all the delegates for their hard work. The Bureau would like to acknowledge the members of the closing bureau for topic 1, reduction of military budget. Please hold your applause to the end of each third speaker. Arab Republic of Egypt, Canada, and Republic of South Africa.
Thank you to the members of the Disarmament Council. We worked very hard to create Draft Resolution 1.1. This resolution represents the topic of the reduction of military budgets. Many people don't realize how big of a problem it is, with countries investing most of their budgets into the military. However, our committee not only realized this, but also formulated solutions, such as encourages countries to exercise restraint on military budgets. Thank you.
All countries of DISEC Topic 1 are co-sponsors of Draft Resolution 1.1.
Draft Resolution 1.1 was adopted by consensus and becomes Resolution 1.1. May all the delegates from DISEC stand up to be recognized for their hard work.
Thank you, delegates. And now for topic 2, relationship between disarmament and sustainable development. The countries are Republic of Croatia, the State of Nigeria, and the Democratic Republic of Cuba.
Thank you, members of UE DISEC, for their hard work and dedication. Topic 2 is about relationship between disarmament and sustainable development. We as a committee came up with solutions, for example, suggesting countries to campaign towards post-conflict reconstruction and urging countries to lower military budgets through cooperation and transparency to fill their SDGs. Another solution was sharing peacekeeping technology between nations. Thank you. All nations of DISEC are co-sponsors of Draft Resolution 2.1.
Draft Resolution 2.1 was adopted by consensus and now becomes Resolution 2.1. May all members of UE DISEC stand to be recognized, please.
Thank you. Now we will hear from Upper Elementary FAO.
The delegates representing upper elementary FAO food security. Topic 1, the right to food. The delegates representing this topic are the Republic of Zambia, the Commonwealth of Australia, and the Arab Republic of Egypt. Please wait for applause until after the third delegate presents. Thank you.
The delegates in upper elementary FAO worked tirelessly and cooperatively to draft Resolution 1.1. This resolution focused on promoting sustainable agricultural practices and using technology to improve agricultural production. The delegates showed remarkable cooperation while building this resolution together. Thank you.
All the nations in our upper elementary food and agriculture organization draft resolution 1.1 are co-sponsors. Congratulations, delegates. Thank you.
Resolution 1.1 was adopted by consensus. Thank you, delegates.
Moving on to topic 2, water scarcity in agriculture. The delegates representing this topic are the Republic of Italy, the Russian Federation, and the Kingdom of Morocco. Once again, please wait for applause until after the third delegate presents.
Thank you to the members of the upper elementary FAO. In this draft resolution, we talked about water scarcity in agriculture, how countries are impacted by the lack of accessibility to clean water. And so, we came up with solutions, such as spreading awareness, educating farmers, and installing water treatments, plants, and desalination filters. All delegates were participative and made a real impact on our discussion. Thank you.
All the nations in our upper elementary FAO committee are co-sponsored on draft resolution 2.1. Thank you.
Resolution 2.1 was adopted by consensus. Thank you, delegates.
Can the delegates from upper elementary FAO please stand to be recognized? Great job, delegates.
Now we will hear from upper elementary WHO.
Thank you. For topic 1, the delegates that are speaking will be the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, the Republic of Azerbaijan, and the Republic of Korea. Topic 1 is about universal healthcare coverage.
The delegates in the World Health Organization worked tirelessly and cooperatively to draft Resolution 1.1, compromising to make sure all countries agreed and finding middle ground. This resolution addresses education for medical students, and the committee believes it will make a difference because by training more doctors, there will be increased access to much needed medical care. Thank you.
All nations in our WHO committee are co-sponsors on draft resolution 1.1.
With incredible effort and sustained negotiations, consensus was reached and UEWHO successfully passed and adopted Resolution 1.1.
Now for topic 2 on pandemic preparedness and response, the delegates from the Federal Republic of Germany, the Kingdom of Thailand, and the Republic of Korea will speak.
Thank you. Thank you very much to this committee. We're debated on many things, like in the use of doctors and funding and investing in pandemic preparedness. We all signed and are co-sponsors of the we all of us on this committee participated and made a change. And we believe that if we could make a change in our committee, we can also make a change in the world. Because if we did it here, why weren't we able to do it anywhere else? Thank you.
All the nations in our WHO committee are co-sponsors on Draft Resolution 2.1.
With incredible effort and sustained negotiations, consensus was reached and the WHO successfully passed and adopted Resolution 2.1. Thank you, delegates.
May all the delegates of upper elementary who be recognized and stand up.
Thank you. We will now hear from upper elementary UN women.
Our whole committee has been working very hard these past few days to make draft resolutions 1.1 and 2.1. The Bureau would like to recognize the members of the closing Bureau who will present topic 1, engaging boys and young men in gender equality. Republic of the Gambia, Syrian Arab Republic, and Republic of India, please hold your applause until the third speaker.
The delegates in upper elementary UN women worked tirelessly and cooperatively to draft Resolution 1.1. We call upon social media influencers, schools, and colleges to start programs and lessons, put up advertisements such as posters, and write books to provide information on gender equality. The committee believes it will make a real difference because it raises awareness about gender equality.
All the nations in our upper elementary UN Women Committee are co-sponsors on Draft Resolution 1.1.
With incredible effort and sustained negotiations, consensus was reached, and upper elementary UN Women successfully passed and adopted Resolution 1.1.
Now, the closing Bureau for topic 2, women's meaningful participation in peace processes. Arab Republic of Egypt, Republic of Peru, and Socialist Republic of Vietnam. Once again, please hold applause until after the third delegate.
The delegates in upper elementary UN Women worked tirelessly and cooperatively to draft Resolution 2.1. The committee was deeply concerned that girls got less education than boys and calls upon governments to make education free for those who need it. This resolution addresses women's rights and violence against women, and the committee believes it will make a real difference because it will increase women's representation in the peace process. Thank you.
All the nations in our upper elementary UN Women Committee are co-sponsors on Draft Resolution 2.1.
With incredible effort and sustained negotiations, consensus was reached, and upper elementary UN Women's Committee successfully passed and adopted Resolution 2.1. Delegates, please stand to be recognized.
One more big round of applause for all the delegations and all the committees. Okay, delegates, you did it. You spent the past 2 days working diligently on creating consensus, which is the most challenging form of negotiation. It means that you took time, you listened, you represented positions other than your own, and you've expanded your awareness and begun to recognize your own bias. Bias comes from many sources: the history we are taught, the movies, music, culture, and parents, communities, schools, our countries that we come from. It shapes how we see the world. It shapes how we understand this moment. And it also means we all have blind spots, which is why we need others to help us, to point out what we miss, what we are blind to. You know, on social media, we scroll through images, sound bites on our computers, and they echo back to things that we already believe, and they offer no space for dialogue. It separates us further, strengthens the boundaries that encourage fear and hate. So overcoming these boundaries, we have to examine why things are the way they are. And to do that, we must confront a history of oppression and extraction with our eyes open. This history has been baked into our systems and structures. That makes it difficult for us to recognize sometimes. That's why, delegates, I urge you to be critical of the normal, of the status quo, because our normal has never been just. Look at what we call normal today. According to UNICEF, 473 million children, more than 1 in 6 globally, are estimated to live in conflict zones worldwide. Additionally, 1 billion children, nearly half of all children globally, are extremely high risk of exposure to multiple climate shocks and have limited access to the service and resources that create resilience to such catastrophes. Your work, delegates, is needed. Meanwhile, our leaders fail us with empty words. They blame those who struggle the most vulnerable. But delegates, have you noticed that the first 6 Sustainable Development Goals are about people who are the most vulnerable? Poverty, hunger, health, education, gender equality, clean water. Have you ever wondered why that is? It's because sustainability is about justice. There can be no true climate solutions without equity. Replacing one form of injustice with another is not progress. If we change the energy source from fossil fuels to wind power, but the cobalt in the batteries is mined by children in the Congo, then the system is the same, even if the emissions are reduced. Sustainability and justice are not separate issues. They exist together, they intersect. And so, my fellow delegates, as we model the United Nations, as we sit in this room, have you noticed what's different about this room? What's different about this room, delegates? Do you see an individual? No. You see a group. We're all seated around the table. You see, this dream of the UN is a dream of a just, sustainable future where all voices contribute equally, where human rights are universal, where biodiversity is sacred, where everyone has access to safety, care, education, and dignity. So look at your fellow delegates from all over the world. They are your partners. They are your team. They are your squad. Together, you will shape the future that we dream here today. So delegates, what future do you imagine? Let's close our eyes for a moment. Everyone close your eyes. Imagine the world you want to live in. What does it look like? What does it feel like? Hold on to that and open your eyes, because that is the future you can help create. And we will never get that future with hate. We will never get there with fear, which is why, delegates, I have to ask you to love more, to love those who you don't know, those who live far away and next door, to see them as part of you. That love has to extend to the furry and feathered, the scaled and finned, those of root, branch, leaf, and needle, the soil, the air, the seas, and the forest. Delegates, this practice of building consensus is about more than writing a resolution. It is about coming together, because only together can we make real change. So as you move back into your daily life, continue to question. Do not accept things the way they are. The solutions are there. You have already made resolutions for them. What can you do to inch our world towards peace, towards justice, to transform the hate into love? Each crisis comes with an opportunity for change, a chance to rebuild, to rethink, to revision who we are and what we believe in. Begin with one small thing you can do today. Stand up for someone who is being treated unfairly. Learn more about protecting people and the planet. You are not just the future, you are the present. The world needs your ideas, your courage, and your voice right now. So go out there and make your resolution real. We believe in you, and we can't wait to see what you do next. Thank you, delegates. And that's our closing ceremony, and that's our event. So one more big round of applause for MMUN Rome 2025. So now comes the part that's less fun. It's called dismissal. And it means everyone has to stay in your seats. And we're gonna wait for all of the non-delegates and adults are gonna come through and exit through these doors first. So we're gonna wait for them to leave the Aula Delegatis, which is just next door. And once they all come through and exit, then what you're going to do is go outside and find your school and your bus number. And then there'll be more instructions. But for right now, we're just going to wait for the adults to come through. And then when all of them are outside, we will dismiss by committee, okay? So just take a second, stay in your seats. Everybody remain seated. You can speak to your fellow delegates. That's fine. How do we want it to work? Well, do you want to keep wandering? I don't know if you want to. You don't have someone? That's what I thought. They don't have. That's what they were telling me. Oh, they already come. That's fine. We don't. They don't have to come through here. There's a bunch of teachers waiting. Yeah.
They're not taking their kids.
No. They go through or? Oh.
Adults, please exit. You will see your delegates in just 1 second. Delegates, please remain seated.
Delegates? 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 You can't hear me. Delegates? To raise your hand if you hear me, delegates? Thank you. Remember at the beginning when I said, did you notice how very happy the security was, all the people from the World Food Program. Please be sure to thank them. They are our hosts. You know that when you go to someone's home and you have a good time, and then when you leave, you say thank you. So please, everyone that you see from the World Food Program on your way out, remember to thank them. Thank them for this wonderful opportunity we've had here today. Thank you.
Okay, delegates. I'm losing my voice. We're gonna start letting delegates go. Let's have foul. Delegates, stand up and go outside. Find your school, find your bus number. Please exit directly.
Okay, upper elementary foul. Upper elementary foul, you're dismissed. Upper elementary foul, please go find your bus number. Okay, upper elementary foul, this way. Upper elementary Dysig, this door by your bureau. Over here, that door. No, UN women, please sit down. Upper elementary UN women, sit down, please. Upper elementary Dysig, you're dismissed. Please take your placards and go out that back door. Walk. Upper elementary UN women, please exit through this back door right here, please. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Up, please. Come on. Now would upper elementary WHO exit over here? This side over here? Please take your placards with you. Upper elementary WHO. Now middle school senior bureau members, please set up for your committees. Middle school, please set up your placards. Okay, great, perfect. Thank you.